Alright, so this is a sketchbook that I've been doing for over a year. I really recently finished it, which I'm really happy about. The first half I basically drew something in it like once a month, and then the second half stuff really popped off, and I used like more medias and more colors, and it was way more fun. The brand, I don't know. It's not a mixed media sketchbook, so a lot of the pages buckle, and it wasn't that great. It was like a spiral bound one, so that ended up all janky by the end. But hey, I don't need fancy materials when I only abuse my sketchbooks with sequins and such, so it worked great for me. So in the beginning, I had just gotten those like Touch 5 markers that were all the rage, where you could get like 60 of them for $10 on eBay. And 1 year update, they're all dried out. So if you were thinking of getting one, it's probably not a waste of money, but you're not going to have them very long. But I just used some like figure drawings to play with them a little bit. I didn't use them nearly enough. And then this was like a little dragon made of pizza. The tabletop group I was in had a dragon appear, and we used a random name generator, and her name was Pizza. So we stuck with that. There's me going after Pizza again, and I ended up doing a digital art of it. She's so cute, sitting on some pizza boxes. Love her. That campaign died, but Pizza lives on. What's just coming up down the aisle? We got a dog in pink pen, face in pink pen, another little guy yelling all day, and then some portraits. This colorful one I freaking love still. It's like over a year old, and I really need to do more with watercolor and colored pencil because I think they're fun together. The scanner I used kind of blew it out, but what are you gonna do? It still looks good. This was a sheep I was trying to do. Like, when I was 15, I drew a sheep that was so good, and none of my art has ever come close to it, so I was trying to recapture the magic in that. Probably not great, because I wasn't encouraged to do more. But here's a self-portrait when I was still edgy and had bad health problems that ruined everything all the time. So this is gonna be a self-portrait I never finished. These are some dogs. This is a character for a thing that I'll probably eventually come back to. I don't like her design, but it got me thinking, so there's that. Like some dragon guy. A face down here that got blown out, and my Monster Hunter character I never finished drawing. But I really liked her outfit, might get back to her. Some dogs I like. Some crazy lady. What's over here? A naked lady. So, got everything on the same page here. More dogs. This is my dog Ruffles, who I love, and he's the best boy. He's so bad. This was the same tabletop group. We were making a new campaign, and I wanted my person to be a rat folk, but I wasn't allowed, but I was still obsessed with the idea of a rat bard, so drew her in there. That's like a real fucked up dog. That's why it says bad, because it's bad. Here's rat bard more. Oop! Spoilers. Rat bard some more. I was really in love with the idea of a bard who was a rat. So there's that. There's more rat, more realistic rat. Now our tabletop group was changing away from Pathfinder into some superhero thing. So, living out my rat dreams, I made Lab Rat, who lived in the sewers and got like mutated from medicine and was like a sentient person, but also a giant rat. So, rat dreams came true. This is still like a year ago. I was really uninspired, so I crumpled this guy up and then tried to draw his crumply face. It was a pretty nice exercise. I should do that more. Oh look, more rats. These are some characters I was trying to solidify. Their designs are nothing like how they are here now, but I was gonna make her titties have teeth, so that's pretty sweet. I'll probably keep that. I love jackalopes. So, drew some of those little guys. They're conjoined. Pretty cute. I like them. This is the start of when I do more and more art frequently. I made like friends who liked having art hangouts, so I would just head over and we would all do art together. So it's the beginning of the beginning. Oh, this guy is just a nasty little dude. He says, "Please unbind me from this flesh." I don't like him. This was after watching Devilman Crybaby, which I wasn't super into, but I did like how the monsters were ugly and all had titties, so, like, I was into that. Some collaging on arts and crafts night, always fun. I really like these ladies, especially her, she's cute. My little lady. And then, I like her too, but I love the little lady. Oh, jeezy, I cannot. There we go. That was just getting paint on it and then trying to justify it with a face. That was for school. This was me taking time out of my day to do arts and crafts again, getting back in the groove, busting out these watercolors I never touched, which was nice. And that was me doing it again, these little faces. This was right before I was going on field camp too, so I really wanted to get good at casually using watercolors so I could justify taking them with me, which that was super nice actually. I did a lot of painting on field camp. Whoop. This was the start of me falling in love with blue ballpoint pens. I think this guy in the bottom left is my favorite. He has like a lot of motion and fun shapes, but I just liked doing weird faces. So, a lot more weird faces. Who do I like here? I like this guy over here the most, I think. I like this weird mouth. And I like this sad lady with a busted neck. And this weird mouth. I'm a fan of weird mouths. They keep coming back. More faces. And then some dogs. That's like the traditional thing I go back to. Then some little dude from like that human-y Tumblr where you just see a bunch of random people all the time. Some more faces. I really like how both the bottom ones turned out, even though this guy kind of ended up looking like a goblin. Still like him. More faces, and then my bummed out spaceman, who I'm into. And then like some really cool lesbians surrounded by lumpy, gross faces. You know how it is. This is a self-portrait of me touching a frog, then me holding a frog. So that was really fun. I like the frog. I like me. I don't know, for some reason I'm really obsessed with alligators and clown collars and gloves. There's another one that shows up later, and I'm just not sure why I drew it twice. I don't think I remember doing it the first time. But it's still in my head because I still haven't executed it good. And then these were some self-portraits. I was just making faces in the window and drawing the reflection. That's exactly how I look like. Hashtag face reveal. This was me watercoloring. I like hung out with my dad while my brother was at the skate park and we just watercolored for a while, which was super duper nice. So it's kind of from observation, but obviously like pretty stylized. This is a clown that I want to keep drawing. He's sad all the time, and when his head turns sideways, his face stays the right way. Maybe he'll be round. Maybe he'll be a gorilla. We'll have to wait and see. These were drawing from life. We were like waiting in line to get on this ferry, and it was just a bunch of old people wearing square glasses. So that's exciting. This was my brother's hand. Some more people. These aren't from life, but this guy is. He looks a lot cooler in here than he did in the car. I like this guy. His face is sideways. And a little hand. So that was fun. And then I drew some guy that was sad, so I gave him ice cream. It was a really chill time. This was still waiting in line. Drew an alligator and some eel ribbons and gummy bears, and then I tried to remember what orcas look like. This was my second try. I think he was successful. This was my goblin I drew. Said, I am on a boat in a car hanging out and chilling. And that was an angry old man next to us. I don't like him or him. This page was kind of wasted. But these were just some more faces. I really like this person and I really like this person. That's pretty much it on that page. Here's another alligator clown dog thing, this time with antlers, so you can see, great concept I have going. And then some faces along with these squigglies, which are in all of my school notebooks. Ooh, too small. That's pretty much it on that. I like the faces on here. This was mostly doodles. That's it. This was a fish, and then I got bored of it being a fish, so I gave it legs and a hand, but it started as a fish. It's kind of blown out with the scanner I used. I just went to the school library, so it's nothing fancy. But yeah. This was a bunch of faces I did. I made all the blobs and then I did faces. My favorites are this guy, the Pope. I like her hair. I have Bart Simpson. I like crossed arms, angry girl, and dog. Who else? Oh yeah, SpongeBob is in there, so he's cool. We all love SpongeBob. And then I tried to do it again, but by that time I was bored and I didn't want to do it anymore. And my mom was watching Housewives, so I sort of just gave up and watched that with her. This was when I was spending a week at home, and there was a robin's nest on our porch, and when they all hatched, they kicked out their brother Peepers. But he was okay still, but we just didn't like all those siblings because they kicked him out. So that was his awful, disgusting siblings, and that's Peeper being kicked out. But it's okay, because he's tough, and we love him. This was when it was 93 degrees, as you can see from me writing my 3 backwards like a toddler. So I just drew some melting people. I found this dog stamp at my mom's sewing table. He looked like Ruffles, so I loved him. That was this sticker my friend had in the label maker for no reason. This was me drawing Stella Lucia. This is good, this is bad, but gotta warm up sometimes. Here's some more faces. These were definitely referenced. Keebler Elf. I was just itching to draw him. That was referenced probably. Oh no, come back. These are half and half. I bet this was referenced, but I don't think the rest of them were. They were just out of my head. That probably was. I don't think I did that myself. But I really freaking like this a lot. And I posted it on Instagram and like no one cared about it, but I still like her. This is just a throwaway page, pretty much. I never drew people posing, so I tried to do some poses, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. This was like the mad trapper, who like sabotaged other people's traps and like tried to like shoot him, and he like just ran away and like survived a blizzard or something. And I was like into it. It looks a lot like Donald Trump though. Not a fan. I bought a small but knowing clown. I actually bought 2 and they're girlfriends and they love each other. So I did a portrait of this one because she's stripy. The other one's like a dark navy blue with polka dots. They're both, I love them. But this was pretty fun to do. I liked all the stripes. This was like a dude in a old magazine, and so I just drew him a little bit. This is dumb face, which I really like. That's his dumb face straight on. That's like his hand holding his face. What in the world? Oh, it's like some dramatic, I don't even know. I like it though. This is Ultra Clown. He has 2 clown hats, clown mouth, 5 clown finger, 1 clown arm, and then he's held up by 2 sad clowns, so don't mess. These were me working out character designs. This is Velvet, and she's like awful. and I was interested in like the eyes close together and sideways, but it just doesn't, she doesn't look scary, she looks like pathetic, so I need to go back to the drawing board with her. Kind of that one I like her stupid ears. And then I have no idea what to do for her hair either, so I don't know about that. This was Rainy Day. She's like the leader of all these characters. I really like the horned Krichko, which is some Russian headwear. I don't know, I'm liking her design. My favorite one is this one. I like how her like mouth and jaw is. And I want her to have like a high ponytail and long hair, but I don't know. I'll have to work on her. This is a Pestilence. He's like Cupid, but like disgusting. I like this one a lot. He basically looks like Dionysus, but with like sharp teeth and like probably rabid. So that's fun. This is Jorgen, and her head's always covered. And so I was thinking like, what should it be covered with? And I was thinking Scarecrow-y because birds love her. So at first I thought like a burlap sack, and then like a pumpkin. And then I had just seen the movie Frank, where this dude like wears a big mask like the whole damn movie. And it's like a really interesting vibe that comes off of it, so I was thinking of that. And then oh, there's a cardinal right outside my window. I love him. Hi, buddy. And, oh my gosh, he's really cute. I'm sorry, y'all. But then I landed on Pumpkinhead. I was thinking the spooky eyes still, maybe. I don't know, bird nest on her head, and if it was a pumpkin head, then she could have birds coming out of her eyes, and maybe there's nothing in there. And I ended up drawing this idea out a little bit, but then I changed my mind on her, so I didn't finish it, but she has like the pumpkin head and scarecrow outfit. You'll see later in the sketchbook what I ended up doing with her. These are more go-aheads at Velvet. I like this one, and then the rest look bad, but she's basically just an awful goblin. I still don't know what to do with her hair. And then I drew a bull. This page was basically me remembering that colors exist, so I drew some fruit, and then a dog, because it's been a minute since I drew a dog. Then I drew some funky critters under the sea. 6/6/18, backyard fence covered in leaves. When I moved into this apartment, you could like see the fence, and now it's like you can't even see the house behind it, and there's 2 feral cats that live in there. And I think they just had babies, but I haven't seen them. But it's just a delight. I love nature. I like it more when it's like filled in over here, but then I got lazy. And then I did some watercolor faces. This was bad. This is pretty much the only good one on the page. This is bad. This one could have been okay, but I kind of like was impatient, so the colors bled a lot. But what are you gonna do? The old man yells at a bird. Diarrhea may occur weeks to months after taking drug. Call your doctor. And then another dog. You know how it be. There she is. Whoop. No. There she is. Wiggly waggly. I like her. This was my dedication to frogs. This was when I found sequins in my room, so sequins will be making appearances now. Little frame. I like that one. I like these guys. That was me watching a tutorial on how to write like graffiti artists. Turned out pretty okay. I don't know. Drew some crows, ravens, maybe. They're ravens because they have the tail. Spoon-shaped tail? It's a crow. These are basically what are on Jorgen at all times. She's like a bird person. Then I drew little birds instead. I really like birds. This is what I went with Jorgen. She's like some eyes staring out of a wave of birds. And like sometimes a beak like those Skeksis from Dark Crystal. But like you would never see that. All you'd see is birds. So I like her. This is some hashtag mixed media. We got a baby. We got a chicken. Got a face. Got a chicken and a chicken and a chicken. and 2 faces. I love chickens. I think they're neat. So that was mostly that. Then we got some oh no! Starting from the top, we got some anime eyes. And then I ripped off the bottom half of the page because I had painted something for someone and mailed it to them. Then we have a tiger who looks bad, a crab who looks good, a camel who looks okay, and then a different tiger. So a good variety. The whole zoo. This was a cranberry bogger. I was replaying Danganronpa, and I want to make my own fan class, so I started on that. I hate this face. It's awful. I like this one. We'll see if I actually decide to design 15 characters, but there's number 1. There's some spooky eyeballs. Those scan pretty well, actually. I like that. And then a face with some extra eyes and a moth. Those are fun to do. I watched that Evil Genius show on Netflix while doing these, so there was 4 hours of my day. Another face. Another face. Such a lovely face. Yep. More faces. I've just been into faces. Most of them are referenced. I don't understand how people just pull them out of their head. But that one wasn't referenced because people don't look like that. These were just a bunch of prehistoric fish. I really like them. I like this. I mean, I like most of them. I don't like this guy. I hate his awful eyeball. But most of the others I like. The pen that I used on them was super bad to use with watercolor, so then I just wrote the type of the pen and just wrote it so I would remember it, put some water on top. So that's that on that. Then I did some figure studies with watercolor. I like how they overlap. I'll probably do more of these. It was a good way to clean out my palette too, like all the colors I had mixed in it. So that was nice. I like her. I like the person laying down. And I thought this one was cool, but now I don't remember how it looks all the way. And I'm getting close to the end. I'm really into birds, so I drew seagull. This is where I learned that crayons and watercolor together are the shit. So flamingo, chicken, another chicken, and a pigeon. And then this is my last page. It's a macaw, and then some mini poses of one. And that's about it. That's that on that, hopefully. I mean, I have the sketchbook I took on field camp, so that I can throw that up sometime because it's pretty much finished. And I just got a new sketchbook, and it's one of those blue Canson mixed media ones, which I've used before. Excuse me. And I really like those. That one's 60 pages, and I think this one was I don't even know. It was 75 probably, so maybe I'll finish it faster. It's a bit smaller. It's not like a full-size notebook, so that's nice. I'll put a picture in the end. But thank you for watching the end.